That's a big thing on top, isn't it?
Well,
not often we say that, is it?
well, good morning everybody and welcome to another Sunday morning show at the amazing, beautiful Prince's Golf Club on the Kent coast, a little stone's throw away from Royal St George's Golf Club. Now, in 1932, this held the Open Championship. The layout of the golf courses have changed slightly. We've now got 27-hole complex, beautiful complex, and we're going to be up here doing some filming out on the golf course. And I've got a very good friend of mine who's made his way over from America, Rocky Mullendore, head professional at Travis Pointe. He was on the channel some time ago when I was, well, it was actually a year ago when I was over in Florida for the PGA show, and he came down to see us and we did a couple of course vlogs with him as well out there. So he's come over for a week's training. He wants to get into YouTube. I thought today we would catch up with him. We're going to go out onto the golf course and play a few holes, but catch up with Rocky and see what he wants to do with his YouTube world as well. So let's get out on the golf course, let's see what Prince's has to offer, and I've got something a little special for you as well. Sarazen's bunker. Gene Sarazen, what was his actual real name?
Gene Sarazen.
Well, Rocky, welcome to Prince's and welcome to the Sunday morning show. I brought you out here onto their 9th hole on the Himalayas course because they've got this, right by the green, they've got this amazing, well, Sarazen's bunker. And it's called the 32, I suppose, because in 1932, Gene Sarazen won the Open Championship at Prince's. But there's quite a really cool story in the fact that if you take a wedge, and Rocky's got his wedge here, back in the old days, and obviously we've talked about this already, but back in the old days you used to have the clubs were super thin, so the leading, the trail edge here never existed, and it used to be basically flat and run into very, very sharp leading edge with basically no bounce, zero bounce on these clubs. And what Gene Sarazen, American guy, he came over for the 1932 Open, and I believe he actually finished runner-up a couple of years before that. But what he did is he got Wilson to send him through some niblicks, okay? About 10 of them sent through. And he went into his workshop back home in the States, and he actually welded on the back of these niblicks like an edge, like a lump of metal. And the idea of it was so that the leading edge wouldn't dig into the sand as much, knowing he was coming to play in the Open Championship, knowing he was coming to Prince's, which was, you know, there was a lot of sand around this golf course, a lot of waste bunkers, a lot of waste bunkers. So what was happening is he didn't tell anyone about this, he just did it. And he was then going into bunkers, and he was one of the only people at the time that was getting up and down out of bunkers, and it was the talk of what was going on, and he actually went on to eventually win that Open Championship. And it's kind of changed the way we use wedges now, and it's kind of from that moment on wedges changed, and it was Gene Sarazen that kind of created the first real sand wedge from there. Well, I figured today, as a mark of respect for the great Gene Sarazen, that me and you should have an up and down competition, well, a nearest to pin competition out of his bunker.
Seems like the best way to do it.
Well, I think it's the only way we can do it, isn't it? So we've got a tight pin here. We're going to try and get up and down. There's nobody playing this hole, so we've got loads of space. And me and Rocky are going to see if we can get, well, we'll get up by his plaque and we'll see how close we can get from this position. Okay, he's going to talk you through what he's going to do here. So we're going to get ourselves up here. We've got to go over this part here and then see how close we can get to this pin. Obviously you can use the contours, but you land it there, it's going to kick it down through.
All right, so we're going to get as close to the sign as we can?
Get as close to that sign as you possibly can, Rock.
Okay.
Place it wherever you want, place it there. Okay, you've got your 60?
My 60, yep.
Okay.
We're going to lay it wide open because...
It's literally like a wall here, you're not even going to see the...
as I stand here by this sign, I cannot see the flagstick at all.
No. So if you see
If I was
where
about
Rock is there, nothing.
6 inches
Absolutely
taller,
nothing. Yeah.
I'd have it.
Okay.
So we're gonna lay the face open, ball a little below our feet.
Yeah. And splash it.
Just gotta splash it.
Splash and see what happens.
Here we go.
Oh, played an absolute gem. You what?
What have I done?
You what? Are you kidding me? Absolutely stone dead. Well, Gene Sarazen would be extremely proud. He'd be proud of the fact that an American has done that. So well done. Thumbs up to you.
This is for you, Gene. All right, we put some pressure on our host here.
Oh, that was impressive. That was impressive, Welders. That's in fact, that's the best bunker shot in all the years I've known you. That is the best bunker shot you've ever played.
Not sure if that's a compliment, but
what a time to do it. Do you remember the bunker shots we used to play at Greenleaf out the out the condo there?
All sorts off the kitchen table.
Okay. Wow, that was impressive. Oh no.
Oof.
It might get a run though. It might get a run. Did it get a run?
Oh, where's it gone? Oh, it's caught up in the thick stuff.
Lost ball. Actually, lost my ball. Got it. Got it. What a disappointment that was. However, that's a win for you, and that is an absolute gem of a story. And I think it's only fitting that Rocky, the American, should actually win this one. There you go.
Hello, Dan.
Scotty Pin,
Come in, enter.
thank you.
This is.
Oh look, we've got a golf lesson going on in full force. There we go.
That wasn't even planned. That literally wasn't planned. We've just been zooming in and doing some stuff.
There was a chicken we had to address.
We've just got to the breast.
Beautiful.
That was totally unscripted. We'll just set up.
Just go in what position. Carry on. So, what we've got here, we have got the, so you can come and put your golf bags in here. So if you're staying on site, you can put your golf bag, room for a 4-baller, nicely there. Got your little kitchen area, and then we work through, we've got, this is 9A, so this is where the boys are staying. Everything kind of covered, and then you've got ensuite in there. Then you come across to our room, you can see that we've completely moved in. We're here for, what, 2 nights, and then you've got ensuite here, showers, everything you need. And if you look out our window, there is the St George's flag, which is Royal St George's Golf Club this side, and then behind us to the right is Prince's. Cheers.
Cheers.
So, what I thought we could do is have a little chat, and we'll show what we've kind of been up to when it comes to the editing front and what's kind of happening there. But just tell everybody what you're kind of doing. What's your plan, should we say, with regards to this? Because ultimately, you coming over here is to learn a bit more about YouTubing, editing, filming, how to film, what to film, and the processes of it. What's making you get into this kind of now? What's your thoughts on it?
The golf industry's changed a lot, since 2020 and COVID hit. There was a lot of things that came up in my life as a golf professional that opened my eyes to other opportunities. And with Dan being one of my best mates from college, really having a lot of success in the social media world, it gave me a reason to look more heavily at doing that. I love to teach. My passion is teaching and coaching and helping players play good. Dog and I were just talking earlier about how I get goosebumps when my students strike the ball well. It's just this natural body reaction that I have because it excites me to have players play well. So I thought to myself, if I could maybe get myself out there and help some more players play well, I get a real kick out of helping people. And there are a lot of people out here who are trying to play better golf, So between golf and fitness, which is my secondary expertise, they all kind of tie together. And at my club that I'm the head pro at, I get to do all of that. So this is just a way for me to maybe help more people and have some more fun enjoying the game.
So what we've done today, Rocky and I, we've been out onto the short game area at Prince's, whilst Lee and Scotty have been out and played a little ladder match. I just want to bring his personality out of the way he does his filming, because he's very good, but he's talking like he's a professional golfer, and that's great as a professional golfer behind your counter in your shop. But actually, the way in which you engage with the audience is really, really important, and to do that through camera, it's a little bit there's a bit of skill to it, of which we want to just show Rocky a few tips that would help him be a little bit more engaging in YouTube. So I've put an edit together for us, okay, so we can have a little look at what we've done out on the short game area there, but let's just talk through what happens here.
Rocky here today in a place I've never been before in my entire life. I'm here in, well, not so beautiful Kent, England, and we're at Prince's Golf Club, home of the 1932 Open Championship. For all of you out there, down in the comments, you can tell me who won that 1932 Open. I got something special coming for you. He's American. I know.
So to get the audience to bite in the first sort of 15 seconds of the video, you've got to be up close and personal with them. They got to see who you are. You've got to change your tone in the way you speak, so it's up and down, and you've got to be excited. In that first instance right there, you're excited, you're there. This is your first time playing golf in England, and the fact that you're on a links golf course, and the fact that the winner of that particular event was an American. It's all exciting stuff for you.
Absolutely.
That has got to come across in the video.
Right.
So you've got to showcase that in the video to make your audience hook them on, get them hooked in. Yeah, okay, right. That intro you've done there has hooked people on to say, right, I've bought into this video. I'm excited to be there with you, Rocky. Let's go into now what we're going to talk about.
The things that you were sharing with me with the B-roll footage, the way you used it was the complete opposite way that I thought I should be using it. I thought it looked too choppy and too disorganized. It turns out being too organized in the presentation is actually kind of boring. So this is a game changer for me, the way I'd approach creating these videos.
Yeah. On that note though, and we've obviously been and had a nice little moment out on the golf course with Gene Sarazen. I've got one more little nugget, a little story for you that I want to take you back out onto the golf course for.
Okay.
It's an impressive sight, and we're standing on the back of the second tee, the second green on the Himalayas, right by the third tee, and you've got it is a replica Spitfire propeller at the back here, and Laddie Lucas, who was actually, his father was one of the founding members of Prince's Golf Club, and he was actually a Walker Cup captain himself. I believe he was actually a left-hander, but obviously from Prince's Golf Club, and this replica marks the spot. He was coming back from a mission in World War II back in July 1943, from a mission in the RAF over northern France, and unfortunately his Spitfire was actually hit by enemy aircraft, and he was struggling to get across the water back home. He was losing some steam. His cockpit was full of smoke, and he was trying to get back to the local RAF base, and he saw the coastline of Kent. He saw Sandwich Bay, which he recognised. So instead of ditching his plane into the sea, he tried to push it as far as he possibly can, and then he saw the Prince's clubhouse, which is the old clubhouse where we're staying, which is now the lodge, and that is actually where he was born. So he saw that, and then he made his way up the fairways of the Prince's Golf Club here, and actually ditched his plane down here on the back of the we ran out of fairway basically.
He ran
out of golf course and ended up here. And actually he got a telegram the day after from his close friend Henry Longhurst, who said,
"Driven out of bounds again, Lucas."
At the end of the day, Rock, you've got to share these stories. They are the most amazing stories, and history, and these places are obviously full of history, and you know, you've got to remember stuff like this. It's got to be done.
And coming from a place in the States where our history is very young comparatively, you get out here, a place like this that feels really authentic and historic, and you come across some markers like this, and they have different little shanty buildings along the way as well. The golf course is just premium, and the experience and the history makes it second to none.
Absolutely. Well, what a windy few days I've had at Prince's. Tried to get in to play at Royal Cinque Ports. Blown out of it. Wind, rain, horrendous.
It's been horrific, even down here the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Course has been shut, which or temporary greens at the very best. It's just not. I mean, Churston doesn't shut, does it?
No, it doesn't at
So
all.
it shows how bad the weather's been.
No, absolutely right. We didn't get a chance to play Cinque Ports. Have you played Cinque Ports before?
No.
Have you played Prince's before?
Nope.
Oh, you've got to get up to that.
Never
coast.
been that far
No.
really to play. I've never got to that. I didn't have that much ability to get to places like that, unfortunately. It was all southwest regional stuff, wasn't it?
Well, there's you got to get up there at some point, because it is Prince's, especially with the lodge being there, overlooking St George's, overlooking Prince's, is absolutely fantastic. It kind of gave me the feel of Trevose, a hint of Trevose in there as well, and I know how much you enjoy Trevose, and it's very, very similar to that, having 27-hole complex there as well, so really, really cool. Obviously on the channel this week, we've been doing lots of reviews, and the idea of that is to try and we've had lots of releases of product out on the market, as you know, at the moment, but the idea is to try and get as many eyes on those as possible, and ultimately those types of videos bring us in subscribers, which is ultimately the big push for 2023. Obviously new releases. Anything spark your eye that you like the look of?
I've had a little bit of so obviously I've been around quite a bit around the shop. I've hit some of the new drivers, some decent numbers off different ones. And
Ping stands out to you?
I tried the Ping one, I've always been a bit of a fan of Ping equipment,
products,
so we used to sell a lot of it when I worked here originally, so I've had to go with that driver. Harry was just down there and I hit it when he was down there. But I've not tried the TaylorMade one yet, or the Callaway. They're the two that I'm going to have a go over as well.
TaylorMade's hot. TaylorMade is hot. We've only just got the Callaway in actually, so that will be coming out just in the next sort of couple of weeks, I think, by the time we've reviewed it. But we want to give an update, don't we? We want to give a little update as to what's going on with the Sunday morning show, what's going on with Lester, what his plans are just over the next sort of couple of months. And I figured today we'd just give you a little bit of an update on what he's up to.
I just feel like I'm at a time in my life where I'm not going to say a crossroads, because that always seems like you don't really know what you're doing, but I just want to take a little bit of time out away from the spotlight, a bit from YouTube itself. It's been quite intense the last couple of years. I've got an opportunity now to take a little bit of time out away from it. I do intend to appear on YouTube and on the channel in the future, but at the moment it's a little bit of a sideways step or a backward step away from it, and then I'll still be doing lots of social media and stuff, and I'll still be around Churston because I do play up here and I help Harry with the repairs, and you've obviously got your office there, so I will be coming up to see you guys and that. But
so a little bit of a chill out, a bit of a time out, regroup, see what happens, and then from my point of view, obviously I want Lester involved as much as possible when it comes to the channel, and we'll see what happens. You see how sometimes it's good to take a bit of time out and just see what you want to do, assess everything, and then decide whether you want to come back and get involved again or not. And that's important. You got to do it occasionally. Well, I hope you enjoyed that Sunday show. Certainly everything going on at Prince's, fantastic resort, fantastic facility over there, and if you are heading over to that Kent coast, make sure you go and look it up, Prince's Golf Club. It is absolutely a delight, and one that you'll want to be visiting at some point. And obviously the information you got there from Lester, I wanted you to hear that direct from him, which means the Sunday morning show as it is will go on ice. I'm going to be catching up with Golfing Days, our main sponsor of the Sunday morning show, to talk about ideas of what we can do with it moving forward. I didn't want to just put somebody else in Lester's chair, because that's something we did together. We started it together, so it's something that I will come back with a Sunday morning show, but it just may look a little bit different. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all again on the next video.